in this video I'm going to show you how you can create the gradients in CSS. So I'm going to show you how easy it actually is. So we can start off by creating a box, a div with class box, so like this. And then we can just do box inline size of 15 rem. So yeah, this is going to be a beginner video because this is just very easy. So this is for absolute beginners. Aspect ratio of 1. So that makes the height to match the width. So I can now do this. I can set the background to red for now, and as you can see, the height and the width will be the same, so it's perfect square. So even if I resize this one to 10, it's going to stay the same. And if I bump this up to 20, it's always the same height as the width. So let's keep it at 15. And now what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to do a linear gradient. And here we can set red and blue. And it goes from top to bottom. And what I can do is that I can change it here to, for example, 90 degrees. So it goes 90 degrees, so it goes from left to right. And you can also do to right if you want that. That also works. Yeah, so that's basically it. And what you can do here is that you can also change this one to, for example, 50%. And then it goes up to 50%, and then it starts to fade out to blue. But then if you want a hard stop, you can go here and set 50%, and it's going to be a hard stop. But you don't need to write 50%. You can just keep it more simple. So you can remove this and do 0. As long as this value is smaller or equal to this value, it will be a hard stop. So if you do 51%, it will be a small blur. So it's kind of hard to see now. Maybe 53. Yeah, here you can see a small blur in between. But yeah, as long as it's smaller or equal to 50% or this number here, then it's going to be a hard stop. So yeah, we do that. And if you, for example, let's do this red, and let's do a lime, for example. And then here we can go and we can see that this is what we get here. And what we can do here is that we can change the color space to OKLCH. So we can do in OKLCH, and now you get a slightly different gradient because it uses OKLCH color space. And now it goes from red to lime, but you can also take the longer distance to get from red to lime. So you can do longer hue, and now you get this. So it's like a rainbow effect. So you can also do red to red, and you take the longer hue and you get this rainbow effect. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, this is about linear gradients. You can of course also set 45 deg here, and it's no comma in between here. So now you get this rotated by 45 degrees. And yeah, this is about linear gradient. So let's try a conic gradient. Conic gradient, red, blue. So now, as you can see, we have from red, and it goes around and until it gets blue. So here what you can do is that you can also do from 45 deg and then a comma, and you get this. So it starts from 45 degrees and then it goes around until blue. And you can also do, for example, at 30%, 70%, or 80%, yeah, and you get this. So it changed at the position of like this center point. Now it's at 30%, 80%. So on the x-axis it's 30%, so it's 30% from the left side, and then 80% from the top. So that's where it's located. And what you actually can do with this is that you can, for example, create a triangle, and what you can do then is that you set it to x 50%, and on here you set it to 0. So now it starts up there, and what you can do here is that you can open up the dev tools. This is the easiest way to kind of figure out, or yeah, let's do 50 day here for now, and then let's do 0, and yeah, we go up here and we will now try to adjust this value here. So yeah, we can go until we are about there. Okay, so something in between. Yeah, about there. And then we take this one and we bump this up to about there. And now we can just take this one and copy that, and we can paste that in here. And then we can take this blue and we can change this to transparent. And now we have a red triangle. So yeah, that works. So yeah, it's pretty cool what you can do with gradients. So you can do like type of art with gradients by using multiple layers. So that's also something that I'm going to show you. So what you can do here is that you can, for example, do linear gradient from let's do transparent to blue to transparent, and then you put a comma after here. And now, as you can see, you have this gradient on top of your conic gradient. And what you can do here is that you can also, for example, set the position here. So we can do 50%, 50%, so it's in the center. And then you can do like let's do 5 rem, 5 rem in size. And then what you can do is that you see now it just repeats. So you can set no repeat. And now you get it just in the center here. So yeah, with this technique you can do really cool arts with just gradients. So we can also then put a radial gradient, and we can do lime to transparent, and then we put a comma here, and now you have this thing there. So you can do at 30%, 30%, and then you can set it to so was that yeah, let's do 2 rem, and let's do 0 here. So yeah, now you have this circle up here. So yeah, that's pretty cool what you can do here. So we have multiple layers of gradients now. So that is how you can create different types of arts. So you can create like icons and stuff using these methods. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I need to show. Yeah, this basically covers the whole thing about gradients. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. But yeah, that's it for now. Bye bye.